Game number 1, Battlefield of Eternity. We are in semi-final number 2, everybody. We got Ragequit Gaming, which doesn't fit on my scoreboard, which is why we're calling them Team Ragequit, going out about SoundLess. And I have no idea, honestly, what's happening today with me and team names. I mean, first I fell for the host not really swapping the players into the correct position. Now I called them sound like. They're neither like sound nor are they soulless. That's the other one that I went for. So yeah, it's Team Soundless. We had them several times now through those qualifiers. One of the Russian-Ukrainian teams that is doing a pretty spectacular job when it comes to aggression. And we have the contender, Team Ragequit. So this is going to be one of the series where, again, we have SoundLess as the favorite for sure heading into this. They want to go to the grand final, where they would have to face off against the Hardos, exactly, for the final direct qualification slot for the Masters Clash. A little bit of a mouthful, but we're in the last and final qualifier for the Masters Clash. If you win the tournament, you are directly qualified for the main event. If you don't win the tournament, you still have a chance in the last chance qualifier, but only if you performed rather well throughout all 4 qualifiers where you could accumulate points. I talked about it before, I'm sure you heard it already. So SoundLess is definitely one of those teams. Them and the Hardos, they're currently in the number 1 and the number 2 spot. One of them is very likely going to advance. Unless, of course, Team Ragequit can throw a little bit of a curveball today and can take them down here, which would be kind of fantastic. Hydra, by the way, the insta-Rexa lock on Battlefield. And Medivh! Look at that! Bird Boy makes it into the game. There we go. This is actually... Is this the first game in this tournament where we have Medivh picked? I think it might just be. Yeah, outside of that, he was always banned. Every single time. Okay. So we got a Nubarak again, and we have Lucio. Now, if you don't pair Stukov with a Nubarak, I mean, again, as I said before, it's like certain kill comps that you're trying to go for when you're playing Battlefield of Eternity. The most common strategies is either you want to go for the objective, you're trying to burn the Immortal down and control the objective, and the other one is you're just winning team fights and by that take control of the map and then take the objective. Now, with a Nubarak composition, you don't want to find yourself in like sustained battles. You're more so looking at quick engages and then getting quick kills, and that's where follow-up from Stukov can really help you. Now, when you don't get that, you can still use Rexa and Misha to follow up with that second stun, and Lucio enables the quick rotation between lanes, so you can really just like try to fight as a unit there. The problem is that if you have Medivh against you, then Medivh can first and foremost provide the shield and really help out with that, but also if a good Medivh player can use a portal to portal on your backline damage dealers, then the entire team can collapse onto those, get a quick kill and then retreat. Now when a Medivh gets picked, then you will see a lot of portal control, and that's exactly what we're having with Nubarak and the Bed of Barbs, with Lucio and the boot back, and also Rexa to an extent. What I could definitely see is a Nubarak maybe even going into his level 4 talent to help out with that, with the Bed of Barbs. Vala gets taken. Okay, I like that already. And here comes Varian. And Varian is, of course, really good with the Stukov follow-up as well. So him and a Nubarak in a very similar spot. We saw that in the previous one. So that's going to be a neat one. And Zarya. Zarya is pretty solid on this one too. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I like that. Vala and Zarya. That's a really good setup for the 4-man in particular. So that bot lane is going to be annoying to deal with. But again, Varian level 4 could be the game changer. Arthas comes in. Guys, we're going to have a good one. Arthas, a lot of his weaknesses are mitigated by Medivh. So let's jump in. Game number 1 in our second best of 5 here, the second semi-final. So let's check it out and head straight into our first map, Battlefield of Eternity. Battlefield of Eternity, game number 1, Team Soundless against Team Ragequit. On the left side of the map, we got Hydra on Rexa, Neopion, Vala, Shamsig and Lucio in this first game of our Heroes of the Storm series. So Ice Cream is playing a Nubarak, and we got Falenda on Zarya. On the right side of the map, Danazovsky on Stukov for Team Ragequit. We got Shizakid on Varian, Limu on Medivh, Warwick on Arthas, and Dead Inside is playing Jimmy. Alright, Reyna's on the game, and it is time to party. Beetle set up on level 1. We got a bit of a trade for Arthas as they're starting to move in at the top, hoping to get the quick kill. But Hydra is playing this very, very careful. Okay, so far, so good. bottom of the map, though, the problem that they're now facing is that the blue team has just decided that if they push the top, they will push the bottom. Zarya is making this happen and possible. And of course, they can now easily try and take the first tower down, which is exactly what's happening. Tower number 1 is eliminated, so Ice Cream has to jump out. And here we go. Yeah, nice stutter step, and that's a lot of damage against Ninopi, who nearly falls. Oh, careful, buddy. Another shot or two, and you are toast. Yeah, that was definitely some trade damage kicking in. Now, the one thing that I want to immediately show you is that we have Ace in the hole taken. So they're not going for Exterminator, which is oftentimes the choice in Battlefield of Eternity for the added immortal damage. That's already highlighting that they are trying to go for the kills. And of course, Arthas helps with that. You have a lot of slows with Stukov, with Arthas, with Varian, and you're trying to win the team fight. You're not so much focusing on the objective. The team fight is more what you're looking for. And the same is, by the way, happening for Team SoundLess. Check out what we're seeing for Vala. Vala is not going into Monster Hunter. The traditional build for her is a full-on arrow build on this map because it will provide you with extra damage and you can burn the Immortal down easily. She is the only range damage dealer, not counting Zarya here. So they are also looking for more teamfight damage and they're looking for quick damage against the Immortal. And that has been a bit of a trend lately. Now, of course, Medivh gets attacked. He's on 16 stacks, needs to be careful here. Gets a few more connected as he uses it right away. And they nearly takes the Ice Cream down. He's low, 23 stacks now. Oh, the RNG! Medivh gets away. That one got close. That could have been a bit of a problem there, but no thank you. Now up at the top, Warwick with his Arthas is already starting to move out here. So there we go. We have on the left side the camp about to be taken. It's a bit of an early one, honestly. Objective is not going to get announced for another 15 seconds, and then of course they still got 30 to prepare. So they take this one very early, and Medivh knows it. He's just hovering there, and that will force them to keep someone close by, or Medivh is just going to drop down and take it himself. We got the traditional, I mean, again, not the traditional build for the map, but the traditional build for Vala is taken. She goes straight into a multi-shot setup. Of course, focusing on the team fight, as said earlier. Worst mistake you can ever make is to go into a Creed of the Noob on level 1, on level 4. It's a total noob trap. Hence the name. There's the Tonto. They're trying to go for the play, and off we go. Yeah, the real auto attack Vala starts at level 16 when you're going into Manticore. By the way, as mentioned, there it is. Bed of Barbs gets taken, and I highlighted this during the draft, and this is exactly what you want to do when you're going up against the Medivh, because you're attempting to control the portals a little bit better, and that's why he goes for Bed of Barbs here. So it's really a talent adjustment that has been made to make sure that you have a chance to control the portal a little bit better. You make it much harder for your opponent to use it, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So yeah, job well done. And here comes the play. 1 kill to 0 so far. Immortal is up on the map. The teams are not really making a big move for it yet, but the rotation is going to come now. Especially since Rexa is also pushing out the top camp. The one at the bottom has also been eliminated, so both of them are currently doing that. And it is party time. Yeah, who's going to get the first lead on the objective and locks in the first Immortal? That's the bigger question. Speed barrier is helping a lot, of course. So level 4 is in. They're trying to make the play for Donazovsky, and Stukov is way too far out and goes down. Yeah, good kill for them. Nicely done. And now the play straight up for the objective. They got the numbers now, and so they can easily make the play. Farlander eating the stun to get more energy. Drops the shield just before the stun connects. Good for him. And yep, that is a halftime show that they were able to take. 2 kills to 0 right now. Team SoundLess with a good opening here. Stacks for Medivh are coming together, by the way. It's kind of important for him that he's not going to go down before he completes his baseline. And we're seeing him at 31. Can get some easy stacks in against Nisha, which he was currently trying to do. And with that, we're now starting to make our way in. Taunt is ready, and here comes again the Leeching Scarabs. Now, as long as the Taunt is ready, you can follow up with Stukov. There's a chance to make the play. Bed of Barbs, still for portal control, as I said, but here comes the Immortal. And 55% shield. I mean, again, it's not really too amazing, but it's a pretty solid one for the early game. They're trying to go for the taunt, and no, Shamsi gets out. That could have been a kill. They're trying to portal out, but they get the kill against Anubarak. They weren't able to lock Lucio down, but Anubarak is dead, and honestly, that is a really, really good start into the Immortal defense. Yep. Tip to the hat, Team Ragequit. Very, very nice start into this first defense. They struggled a bit at the beginning, on the Immortal damage, but now they are doing way better here. We get more stacks also on Arthur's side, not only for his level 1, but also for the level 4. Medivh is nearly done. That kill came in very handy. That could have been a big problem, but as you can tell, the only thing that the Immortal accomplishes at the top is the destruction of the wall. Now, the fight at the bottom of the map, that's a bit of a different story. This is, of course, where SoundLess has now rotated to after they just said, guys, we can't go for the top lane push, so instead let's try go for the bot lane. Maybe we can at least take the fountain down, and that is looking good. Arthur's again gets dodged out, but there's the taunt. Zarya is not going to go down easy, though, so that's a problem. And the plays are being made again as they're starting to slowly move in for Dead Inside, but he gets out. Nice job from Medivh. One more stack and he is done with his quest. The baseline is completed. Job well done. Now he can be a little bit more charitable with a shield that he throws out here. Sets the portal up to help Arthur's get out. And this is something that I also mentioned in the draft a little bit. Arthur's has a bit of a problem as a tank with engaging unless he hits a perfect Howling Blast. So he doesn't really have a gap closer. He doesn't really have anything that helps him to get out of harm's way. Once he's committed to a fight, he's pretty much all in. But once that you combine him with Medivh, Medivh can really help him out. Negate some of the burst damage that might come his way with a shield, make sure that you get a portal set up for him and help him to retreat or to engage. So there's a lot that you can do if you set that up properly. And that's something that we have to watch out for during these fights. If you set a good portal up and you can either collapse onto Lucio or Vala, you can do a whole lot of work in those situations. 17,000 damage for Jimmy, not really too bad, but Vala is a bit ahead of him with the 19k that she brings to the table. So, yeah, that's what we're getting from her right now. And, well, at the bottom of the map, there's where we currently still see Shizakid. Very, very passive. This is another one of those things. You don't need to always, like, start attacking the wave. Let it push in a little bit. It keeps you safer. You can't be flanked for the top. You can see that he was the entire time on the mount. Pretty much ungankable, and that really, really helps. A lot of people that are playing on the lower level have the idea that they just need to attack minions all the time. They let this push in that allows them to set the defense up much closer to the fort. There's no chance that they get ganked from the side. So now they at least can take this one down without any problems at all. You of course have to face the music in the middle of the map now that both of the teams have the level 10. That also allows for strafe to be taken. In addition to that, we got the ley line. And yeah, they are just looking for opportunities to now get a jump on someone. Which so far hasn't really happened, but they get at least damage on the Immortal, so they're currently trying to do that. And off we go. Nano P in the back here as well. Needs to be a bit careful. Alright. Starting to dance around. We got 2 kills to 1, and the teams are playing it a bit slow now. Quest also for Rexa, by the way, so he's looking for the extra armor for himself and Misha. He's 13 in. Don't always see that because it's not a map where you get a lot of health globes. It's not like you can rotate between lanes and grab them easily on all the waves. It's a bit easier when you are winning the objective because you spawn some globes there that you can take. But, well, let's see what they can do. There's the ley line, connecting with the Nubarak. They want to go for the taunt, and even one in the back line. They're making the play. The taunt is in, so Ice Cream gets attacked, drops the cocoon, and Arthur's attempts to walk him down back here, but he just can't connect enough damage. They're retreating once more, and now at least the Immortal is open, and Varian is moving in for it right away. Won't be able to get the entire halftime show, at least I don't think so. Arthur's was maybe a little bit over-eager, committing to his ult right away. So now there's another taunt set up against the Nubarak up at the front. They're getting pushed away from the front into the Immortal stun. Beautiful kill setups. 2 of them are down. Great play here. And they even get the kill against Varian. That's a triple kill. Fantastic play by Team SoundLess. Lucio has done such a fantastic job. They lock in a 4th. But check this one out. The push into the Immortal stun. Look how they are setting this one up. They're using the Zarya ult, and then Lucio comes in and pushes them even deeper into the Immortal stun. Medivh for a moment can prevent the second kill, but of course it comes through regardless just a few seconds later. But that was such a nice setup from Team SoundLess, and they get rewarded with multiple kills, 4 in total, that now help them to get the Immortal. The second one in this game. Nicely done. And of course, this time they are hoping to push with the entire 5-man and not lose one of the heroes immediately again. Damage output by now, 28,000 for Vala. Strafe is back up. Immortal is moving to the top. And we currently got Hydra down at the bottom of the map. So top lane push is what we're getting right now. Okay, so let me see what we're gonna get here. Righty. Okay, that is the end of the fort. I was thinking maybe they can get a kill, maybe they can set a flank up or something, but that's not really the case. So, yeah. Here we go. That is it. 1 fort down. Can they get more? That's the big question. Yeah, that's the big one. So they're starting to move in on the top lane. Talent advantage. They also got the hero advantage. Arthurs should retreat. They're not going to get level 13 in time to defend here. It's not going to be a thing. And with Arthurs being at the bot lane, what are they really going to accomplish here? Close the gap in experience a bit? Yes, of course they can. But the problem is they're losing the keep now. And maybe with Arthurs, they would have had a chance to force this back. As it stands, the keep falls. You can see how low the immortal was. I think with a 5-man defense, they might have had a chance here to hold it. They would have taken damage regardless, but now... yeah, they lose the keep topside. They still have a fort at the bottom, that's kind of nice, but even that one's low. So things are starting to look a bit dicey. There's a level 13, so maybe now at least take the fight and claim it from here. Trade build on Arthurs, he's trying to go for the extra damage. Personally, I'm still a little bit annoyed that Blizzard doesn't buff that to 5 instead of 4 extra damage per hit. Would have been way better. But they get a kill against Lucio. Yeah, the Frozen Tempest here is providing Jimmy with some solid damage output, thanks to the ace in the hole as the level 1 talent. Arthurs is now slowly moving out, and yep, there we go. There's a kill against Varian, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Alright, so they get the kill against Varian, even with Medivh trying to help him here, they got no chance, and that's a follow-up and kill number 3. Can they go for core? I mean, it seems like they're trying. If they can get another kill against Stukov, then yeah. By the way, look at Arthur's damage output. 18,000, just barely more than we're seeing for Stukov, despite the stacks that he already has. And that's exactly the reason why I really would love for Blizzard to change the level 1 talent a bit so that you get 5 extra damage instead of 4. Arthur's is down. Yeah, he just doesn't provide enough here. The death timers are so low, though, that SoundLess can't end the game. So now instead, with 10 kills to 2 and a 1.5 level lead, they're very likely going to make the move into the middle of the map for another objective. First of all, they are probably going to try and take those camps that they have, so there's that. And yep, let's see what they're focusing on right now. I mean, down at the bottom of the map, that's currently where we got the rest of the team just defending. And off we go. So, Shizakid is there, and it's party time. Bottom of the map, 15 to 14, 10 to 2. Yeah, it's tough. It's honestly tough to come back from this because the problem is the level 16 talent. It looks maybe like now they can fight and maybe win the immortal, but then if you just like play passive and you wait for level 16, you will have a good chance. And I mean, look down at the bottom of the map. Hydra is already trying to get an additional camp for more experience. And we are now seeing them move through the middle for the minion wave. They're disengaging. They have no interest in fighting right now, and why would they? What they want to do is get level 16 and then run the talent advantage to get the lead here. And that's what they're looking for right now. Shizakid gets attacked. And here we go. Bam! Okay, so far so good. And that looks really solid now. The kill, yes, they were able to fight before the 16 talent kicked in. They still got it. 10 kills to 3. And that's another one. Nicely done. I am impressed. They actually were able to decide to fight in their favor. Force it just seconds before level 16 was ready. And now they got 2 kills. And that might just lead to them getting an immortal. I don't think it's gonna be easy because they still have to get the halftime show. That's gonna buy a bit more time for the 2 heroes to respawn that just died. And then, of course, they still have that advantage. So I guess it would be kind of neat for them. Maybe it just works out. Lucio's down for another 14 seconds. So maybe they got a chance. Not quite sure what they can actually get here. Either way. But yeah, so they're gonna get some damage in. And let's go. 10 to 5. 16 is close. They need to really, really hurry if they want to get this. That's the reason why I said it might have been a bit better to split one of the heroes onto the side lane and get the experience for level 16. Now, they still have a good chance of taking it because, of course, the difference in immortal health is just insane. It's crazy. So it should be really easy for Team Ragequit to at some point just commit a little bit and go to take that one down. Medivh is already hovering at the back, and now they got their level 16, so they can fight on eye level again. But yeah, they need, of course, to find a good target. And the problem is that Nenopy on his Vala also has Manticore now, which is gonna threaten the front line even further. And they are already starting to get pushed back here. The portal engage attempt is not working. They're retreating to their own immortal. There's the ley line setup, catching Zarya. And they're trying to get the damage in. Cocoon has already been used against Medivh. No follow-up on the ley line, of course, but they're at least in range of getting some damage out themselves. Okay, here we go. Let's get a bit of an attack in and try to see what they can do here. Shizakit, I don't know, 16 to 16. The catapults are going to be the next problem. That's 4 catapults on the core. We're only 60 minutes into the game, but this is still going to hurt if unchecked. They're going for the Immortal, though. They're really committing here. They're committing, they're getting it. Immortal is taken. Medivh is defending the base, but they're losing at least a couple of points. It's all about getting kills now, and they're getting them. They're ending the game here. They're taking Jimmy, they're taking Stukov, they're taking Varian, and the core is down to 95%. The shield is slowly getting rebuilt, but they are totally ignoring the Immortal now. The Immortal is going to move to the top lane, but they don't care whatsoever. They know that this is game. Death timers are long enough this time, and they are going straight in for the kill to take this one down. Should be an easy one. Warwick is about to get dropped, and that's it. Easy peasy. Nicely done. Really nice game though, Team Ragequit with some really good moves and a couple of nice defensive plays. But now they're getting farmed here, 15 kills to 5, and that's a lead in this series for Team SoundLess as Battlefield of Eternity ends with a victory for the blue team.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Alright, game number 2, Team SoundLess, everybody, against Team Ragequit. I gotta say, Team Ragequit, it's a little bit like Inding for Ruby. It's one of the teams that is starting to pop up more and more in these later stages of the tournament, which is really cool to see. But can they really hold a candle to these guys just yet? Not really. Hydra is already getting triggered because his Vikings are getting banned. He just loves to play the Vikings lately, but he played a couple of times Vikings on Towers and on Cursed Hollow, and ever since then people came in and just started to ban them over and over against them, so there's that. Either way, we got Chromie now banned, we got Sonya banned out, Medivh is getting banned as well. That makes plenty of sense. I was surprised that he wasn't banned in the first game. Maybe Team SoundLess was just checking a little bit, do they have someone that can play Medivh? So despite the fact that the red team didn't win, you can see that Team SoundLess is looking at it like, you got a Medivh player? Not happening. So yeah, but they still got the lead. It's a best of 5. So Uther as a first pick, this time he wasn't banned out, but the immediate move with Stukov and Diablo. Alright, let's go. Shamzik and Sir Ice Cream with the early picks here. Yeah, Dibbles can really come in and just bully them around. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna get there. Double pick on the other side. They're hesitating a little bit on this. I mean, for Uther, the question is also, do you play him as a main tank? Do you go into an offlane situation again, going a little bit NA on this one? Or do you just play him as a normal support? Question has been answered. Double support is out. And there is Tychus. Alrighty. Okay, so Tychus is in. We got Anduin together with Uther, so already a little bit of a pull attempt that we can get from Anduin himself. But now that the bans are coming in, honestly, if I'm Team SoundLess, I don't really know what to ban out against them right now. Maybe an offlaner, try to deal with that bit. Yep, they ban Hogger out. Fair. Ban the offlaner out. Just ban. This is one of those setups where you don't have a lot of information. At least I assume that Team SoundLess doesn't really know Team Ragequit too well. So what they're doing is they're just banning a hero that they're generally annoyed with, that they don't want to go up against, that they feel can have a big impact. Zarya gets banned. She's been great on Battlefield of Eternity, but you can also play a strong 4-man on Towers of Doom. So that would enable any kind of auto attacker as well. Hanzo gets also banned over here. We got Hydra. And with that, let's see what we're going for. Right. Well, hesitant a bit on this one. I mean, we still need a hero that can rotate between the lanes. They need a top lane, mid lane rotation. Ooh, Zeratul, alright. Malthael I expected. The Zeratul I didn't really see coming. That is a wild setup. Uther main tank, I suppose. Malthael aside. I mean, yeah, double support. But that has an interesting touch to it. They want to be the aggressive ones. If anything, I would have seen Team SoundLess maybe making a move like this, but they go for Genji. Well, Towers of Doom, everybody. Game number 2, Team SoundLess in the lead. Let's jump in. Our second map, Team SoundLess against Ragequit Gaming. Game number 2! We got a 1-0 lead, everybody, and we're on Towers of Doom combat map. Let's jump in to our second game with Team SoundLess on the left side. Nenopi on Genji, we got Hydra on Raxa, Ice Cream on Dibbles, Shamzik on Stukov, and Farlander is playing Hanzo. Yeah, on the right side of the map with a bit of a wild and aggressive setup, the double support with Shizakid on his Uther main tank. We got Dead inside on Zeratul. Yeah, I would die inside also a little bit if I had to play a Protoss. I mean, that is a race that has just absolutely no soul. When we talk about Terran or Zerg, that's different, but Protoss players, they are dead inside. That is definitely true, so that name is very descriptive. Limo on Tigris, Warwick on Malthael, and Rozovsky on Anduin. So, the one thing... Ooh, Nisha down. The one thing that I'm going to give Dead Inside here, he might play a Protoss, but he's at least playing one of the Protoss characters that demands a bit more than just an A move. So, there's that. So, good on you. The low blow on level 1 for Stukov, again, ever since the patch. The build, obviously, for him... I mean, it didn't really change. We have still all kinds of builds for Stukov around. He has a lot of talent diversity. But now you can go into more of a lurking arm focus with the low blow on level 1, the level 7 and the level 13. Whereas before, it was mostly your virulent reaction on 13 that people were looking for. So, there's that. But either way, by now, we got also the quarterback in. We got the Shadow Hunter. And yeah, Genji is looking for a target, and he's looking at Malthael at the top. As the beauty of having Genji on your team, you're a bit more mobile in the way that you can rotate between the lanes and try to apply pressure to the solo lane. So yeah, Zeratul is also around. And Zeratul goes also into the Shadowhunter build, aka we're going to see Might of the Nerazim as a level 10 talent. Ooh! He gets out. Cutting it a little bit close over here, my friend. Yeah, that could have backfired. Camps are taken from both teams, so it's pumpkin time. And let's see what else they can do here now. For now, we got top side Malthael still holding position. We got Zeratul in the middle. And yeah, they really want Malthael, don't they? I mean, that is... Oh, not like this. Careful. Yeah, that could be a problem. Warwick low, but he still makes it out. They are trying to set those kills up, though, as you can see. This is like the 3rd or 4th time that they're rotating topside in an attempt to get the kill in against Malthael. And yeah, that trend is going to continue. In this case, they're actually trying for Genji, and that might... Yep, that's a kill. Nice. Team Ragequit, everybody. Look at those boys. Not bad. Genji kind of missed the spot a little bit. Like the Swift Strike could have been going a little bit deeper and might have been able to help him escape, but not so much. So, solid plays here. I like it. As I said in game number 1, I love that Team Ragequit is really just playing more of these tournaments now and trying to make an impact. Oh, Farlander! Oh, not like this, baby! No, 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 no. Check this one out. Oh, boy. That was rough. Down at the bot lane, we go for Hanzo, and then he jumps out and is stuck at the wall. Yeah, wall a little bit too high for Hanzo, and that's a kill. Now the pull in the middle of the map as they're trying to make the play here. But holy hell. Quick kill, maybe, against Dead Inside. No, not quite. 2 kills to 0. And now the triple altar is up on the map. But we got a party on our hands, everybody. We really got a party up here. Yeah, we got the Dragon Claw now in as well. Top left, top right, get both channels. So Malthael is currently getting the 2nd channel in. But I like it. Team Ragequit, look at them. Yeah, game number 1, they're not intimidated in the slightest. They're just saying, alright boys, let's go. Let's turn this around. Win game 2 and start the comeback right here on this map. That's what they're currently trying to pull off, and so far they're looking good here. The channel goes over to the red team though, no interrupts, so 2 altar against 1, but an early level 7 for Team Ragequit. We got the stacks together for the Shadow Hunter at this point. And yep, Might of the Nerazim is going to kick in on the 10. And even these little traps, Dead Inside the entire time just waiting for another opportunity to jump on a rotating target and getting the kill. At the bottom of the map, they're rotating through, trying to see if they can maybe get a drop on Farlander again, which in this case isn't really working out. Augmented Guard is in. There's the rotation. And Zeratul is jumping out. But the Pumpkin Camp is back up, so you need to pay some attention to the next camp. Shizakit is anchoring the play. By the way, Diablo does the same, so the two tanks in a bit of a staring contest. Can't see each other, granted, but still. Making sure that everybody's safe as they're going for the camp. Yeah, but I really like this one. This is cool. It's a good start. It's a good start for Team Ragequit. Not intimidated. They're not just sitting there taking a beating or anything at the early game. No. They're in a pretty solid spot. They're just saying, alright guys, we're gonna get this from here on out. Let's just bring this back. A bit of a skirmish up at the top. Dead Inside is still fine. And yeah, I can of course join up with Warwick on his mouth there too. Also, as mentioned, growing infestation. So we got the level 7 talent all in the lurking arm. Also the diabolical momentum is now ready, and it is altar time. Only one is spawning. We still got that half level lead for the red team, so they got a chance to maybe get an early 10, but not really happening in a reasonable time where they would be able to get it for the altar itself. So that fight should still happen without heroic abilities, unless of course they can drag it out. They got a lot of sustain thanks to the double support. If they can drag it out, then maybe they got a chance there. Need to get some extra experience. Genji, by the way. Yeah, there's a wall stun coming in. As Diablo gets attacked too. And Dibbles, hello! Okay. They completely ganked up on him. The Lord of Terror. Not so terrifying in this situation. 5 versus 1 doesn't really work for him. So yeah, bad setup for them. 32 against 32, and there's the level 10. Might of the Narazim is in. We got the Light Bomb, and on top of that, we now also got the Tormented Souls. Okay, party time. Yeah, our boy is already taking control of the top camp, steals it away, and of course they know that someone else is coming too. Here's the level 10. Nano P gets out. Misha gets sacrificed again. And also now the Divine Shield, part of it. The early Odin gets popped. They're going to try and take the bell tower down. I don't think they're going to completely succeed, but they can at least get some extra damage in before the level 10 is ready for Team SoundLess. And the blue team is probably a little bit annoyed by this. As I said, they came in as the favorites. So they're going to try and end this with a 3-0 as well, not wasting any time. They know that there's still a final boss to be beaten in the grand final. But if this continues, then Team Ragequit might have a chance to tie it up. X-Strike is the talent of choice for Genji. And zipping onto Malthael for now. And here we go. Boars get unleashed. Could go also for a follow-up. Maybe with the APOC. X-Strike. The kill. Hydra. He goes out. And that's a kill against Zeratul too. Both of them are eliminated. And all of a sudden, Tychus realizes that he is in real trouble. And that's another kill. Bam. Easy triple kill, everybody. Yeah. Level 10 kicks in. And they are going for the kills. They take 1. They take 2. And then they're following up with a kill on Tychus. So just like that, they tie the kill count. And of course now they have some momentum and some space on the map that they can use to go for the pumpkin camp at the bottom right. Steal that away. Maybe apply some bell tower pressure. That's a really nice switch in pace now in favor of Team SoundLess. And they're trying to get the follow-up kills. They're going for Uther, and Shizaki doesn't even hesitate. Divine Shield. Guys, I stayed too long. Didn't realize the gank was coming. Gotta sacrifice the cooldown, or we're gonna be in trouble. So, shots are fired. It's gonna be the even exchange. 4 against 4, no problem here. And that leaves us with 28 points on both sides' core. So, there's that. But alright, so the camps are taken. We got by now also 8 minutes into the game. Both the teams on their way to level 13 to lock the next talent in. Of course, Zeratul is gonna scale as the game continues. 13,000 damage for him so far. Only one that is ahead of him on the red team side is Malthael. Still looking locking the ult out, trying to go for the boars, but couldn't unleash anything of consequence here. At the bottom of the map, though, that's a difference. Ah, nice, nice! Good engage from Sir Ice Cream, and then Anduin comes in and is like, nope! Not on my watch!
Nope!
Not happening! Pulls the target out, good job by him. Yeah, that one was neat. Yeah, that's Anduin's job right there. That's what makes him so annoying as a character to go up against. If you have an Anduin that is really on top of his game, he will pull those plays every single time you're making an engage happen. And Uther was in a pretty annoying spot. 13 to 13. Yeah, okay. Again for Genji. Comes in with a deflect, but there is Diablo. The wall's done. And ooh, NA arrow. Yeah, that narrowly missed the target. Could have potentially gotten a kill here, I suppose, if Genji was able to follow up. maybe with a quicker Swift Strike or close the distance. But both of the teams not able to lock a kill in here. Now that the objective is up, we are going to see the position taken at the bottom of the map. And right now, blue team is there just a bit quicker, so they can set this up sooner. Farlander is here too. Got the 50 stacks for... oh, 19 already, by the way, for Rexa, so good for him. But yeah, off we go. Starting to make the plays. So Ice Cream, careful. Oh, great lockdown. Oh my god. Stukov into Diablo. And a solid one at that. But the Ice Cream is the one in real trouble. And they nearly get a kill on him. Warwick was jumping in. But oh boy, that initial setup was rough. Dead inside against Nenopi, the two melee assassins duking it out. But they are just back and forth here. I like it. Could be a kill. Genji makes it out. But now Zeratul is trapped in the back. And he's not going to make it out on this one, is he now? Yeah, well, actually he is. Divine Shield was also ready, so I guess he would have survived either way. Even if he would have to sacrifice the heroic ability, which they didn't. But they're still turning it. And so Ice Cream is dead again. So Ice Cream is dead. There's a close distance arrow. Divine Shield, Hanzo! Oh, the kills! They're trying to go for a follow-up on Stukov, and he is down. Oh my god, their plays, everybody. And that's a double altar now, as Malthael just channeled the bot lane. Both of the altars have been taken, 20 points to 28 in favor of Ragequit Gaming. Their plays over here, I like it. Yeah, that was neat. That was really cool. Really cool plays from both sides. 6 kills to 4 now. Ragequit Gaming, the ones that were able to get the kills. Could have gone either way. Initially, the setup with Stukov and Diablo wasn't bad, but the reaction of Team Ragequit was just a bit too good, and they played this out quite nicely, especially that Divine Shield on Zeratul, allowing him to go even deeper and then lock the kills in. That was sexy. Okay, so these team fights are looking better and better now for the red team. Half a level is missing to level 16, so that of course is kind of neat too. There's no real map controllers yet, no bell towers have been converted up to this point. Now of course falling behind on the objective is also a bit of a nuisance, but this is still Towers of Doom, so one of the best maps if you want to start a comeback eventually. And they're going to try and do that. And here we go. There's the play again, good wall stun. Alright, a little bit of a slap setup. So Ice Cream, Diablo's getting bullied the entire time. They are bullying Diablo so hard. He gets another wall stun through, but he still falls. The 5-man commitment. Genji and Rexa both weren't here for the fight. So it was a 5 versus 3. And these big rotations with the entire team onto a lane are really paying off for Team Ragequit. They are able to get the bell tower, and that is just as the altars are being announced on the map. They have a level 16 talent advantage. And they even try to collapse onto now Genji in the middle, which so far hasn't happened. Nenopi is actually just dodging around, thinking that Zeratul might try and pay him a visit. Yeah, but they're 16 versus 16 now. Maybe that's a point where they can make a comeback. Diablo hasn't really been playing bad in the engages and wall stunts that he set up, but he wasn't really able to help the team. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Apocalypse and their kill. One down. They come in for a kill against Malthael, and they get him to nicely done the kill against Anduin. Guys, I gotta say, every time I think they're in trouble, they're able to make some decent plays happen. I mean, check this one out. They pull the Apocalypse, they're controlling the space, they get Zeratul, they're following it up with an additional kill. 2 altars are the reward. Obviously, it's a bit of a problem, given that they only had 3 bell towers, 3 shots fired with each, but they can get the boss on top of it as well. They're closing the distance a little bit, especially in experience. They are trying to fight their way back here, but yeah, these are some solid plays from both teams. And the Pumpkins connecting at the top. If they make it into the bell tower, there's another good chance that they have. Damn, shots fired. 15 to 18. Getting a bit closer here. Now, of course, trying to take the bot lane back, that would be the goal now. Try and make that work. But, yep, they are all over the place right now. Here come the hits, 15 to 18. And it's party time. We take this one, even Steven, 4 on each side, and that's the opportunity, of course. Damage output, 34,000 for Malthael, 31,000 for Hanzo. 2 top damage dealers here. Genji, Zeratul, and Tychus are all pretty close as well, and have crossed the 3,000 point damage threshold in hero damage. Yeah, but next altar phase is going to spawn a single one at the bottom of the map. And that's where we're going to see a big team fight happening again. Even kill count, by the way. 7-7. 18-18. And we're getting there. So in the middle, Hydra is already sitting tight over here. We got Dead inside the ready. Warwick is there too. And at the bottom of the map now that an announcement has been made, the teams are going to start to go straight in for a fight. And right now, Anduin has to pop his trade early. He has to work overtime here. He's having some real trouble at this point, because he won't be able to make those plays every couple of seconds. So now that's a real annoying situation. We don't have the leap of faith anymore here. And we have an easy channel. So Zeratul is trying to at least take the bell tower at the top, but they're sacrificing the altar. And he's getting a lot of damage done here, but it doesn't change the fact that now the blue team has taken a lead in points on the core. Now, the mid and the top bell tower are both a bit low, but Ninopi is now jumping in to try and get the experience for them here. So there's that. They're getting ready for it. And down to the bottom of the map, we get now the 3-man, hoping for a level 20. It's all about the vision. Hanzo putting this one out and getting ready for it. Yeah, Zeratul is sitting at the side. Same game plan for him. Hoping that he can maybe catch someone on the rotation. A little bit of easy damage against Genji would go a long way. It's getting nasty. 15-14. Closing in on the home stretch. And Dibbles... How many times did he die? He died 3 times. Feels a little bit more. I mean, of course, he is still in a position where he now, with his domination on level 16, can also provide a huge chunk of damage. But does he get that angle? That's the bigger question. And against the double support is always annoying. But the ults have synced up a lot better for Team SoundLess in the last few fights. But you can really tell that there's a lot of respect on both teams now, given the way that this has worked out. Oh, Benediction already getting used very early. Shizakid was trying to come in for the hit, but there's the altar spawn and both teams will have level 20. Okay, party time. Another solo altar on the map and it is time to shine. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Shadow Strike is in. We got the big red button. No one can stop death. And the mid lane gets attacked. The bell tower in the middle, I don't think it's gonna fall here. Actually, it might. If they are sending Zeratul in to just deliver a bit more damage, they might be able to take this one out before the altar is even taken. So there's a chance for that to happen. Right now, there's the play. They're trying to go straight up for Malthael. Divine Shield, Tormented Souls, everything's ready. They're trying to make the play here, but Warwick has to move back early. They go for Misha and they take her down. And here comes the big red button. They're trying to create enough space for Donazovsky to get an easy channel through. And they're zoning them out. Maybe a kill attempt. Zeratul jumping in, jumping out, trying to get some damage. The shots are fired, and with that, Team Ragequit is taking the lead in this particular game once again. Damage at the bottom, but can Team SoundLess try and force a fight now? They got the arrow, they got Hanzo. And once there's the arrow, connecting with 2. Genji comes in, X-Strike, bit of damage, not enough to really threaten someone here. Instead, they have to fall back now. And Limu still had the Odin for a bit longer, pops out of it eventually, but they go for the Ice Cream, they try the kill, and Stukov with a save. Nicely done. The Ice Cream is still alive, nobody died in that last encounter, but of course the channel came through as already mentioned. So, yeah, there we have it. Dead inside, they're trying to go for the steal, they're trying to come in, and let's see what they can get with this one. 4-4. 11-14 points. Diablo comes back. They get the kill on Uther. Uther has redemption. He'll be back, but there's the APOC, and they go for Tigers. This should be a kill. This has to be a kill. They keep him alive somehow. Hanzo goes down. Ninopi is about to fall. So is Malthael, though. Genji is dead. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dying. Divine Shield and Zeratul popping off Hydra and so Ice Cream, the only survivors here. Scratch that. Zeratul comes in again and he drops Rexa. Oh boy. Malthael is back, of course. And this is nasty. Yeah. Damn, son. This is getting real nasty here. 11 kills to 9. They're down to 10 points on the core. The altars are now instead... Oh my god, they can end the game here. They can end it. They can definitely end it. They got 5 bell towers. Now they get another one. If they get both of these altars, then it is over. Ragequit gaming, everybody. These boys are doing work. And look at it. They're stealing it away. Uther is down, but all they need to do is buy time. I have no idea why he takes this at the top. They don't need that. They're going to win it either way now. But yep, job well done. What a game, and beautiful. The barrage has started. This is how the game ends. Pumpkin makes it through 2. They got 2 points on the core. Even the move to the right. Everybody knows what's happening. Big arrow is coming. The arrow connects, but guess what? So does the last shot. The series is tied, everybody. Team SoundLess against Team Ragequit. We're headed to Game 3 right now. Okay, game number 3. Yeah, series is tied, everybody. Look at that. Team Ragequit with some really nice plays on the second map and a well-deserved victory. No doubt about it. They had an aggressive setup. They played really well around that Zeratul with a double support behind him to support him there. And now we are on Infernal Shrines. We are in game number 3. This is a best of 5 series. Best of 5 Heroes of the Storm match in our tournament. The Masters Clash, qualifier number 4, semi-final. And yeah, I like it. We're gonna get at least 4 maps. It's cool. Tigers gets banned out. Teams are adjusting a bit, but not only to the opponent and how they're playing, but also, of course, adjusting to the map. Infernal Shrines, there's a reason why teams like the Donuts, the Hardos, and others are always locking in Tigers whenever they can early on. Odin is fantastic here. Tigers, for a long time, he hasn't really been a big part of the meta, but Blizzard changed the builds a little bit, changed the talents, buffed him slightly, and now, of course, he is a staple. Medivh gets banned again. Doesn't come as a surprise, especially after game number 1. But there's still a lot that you can play around with, and Sonya in this case gets eliminated, which leaves Chromie up on the map. Just one example. So, yeah, there she is. The Chromester. Chromie is in. Here we go again. You go, girl. I wonder if they are still looking in Rexa. That has been a repeating MO over here for them. So wouldn't be surprised if they're going for Rexa again, despite the fact that, of course, you want to have some extra wave clear, but they seem to really play well around Misha for scouting purposes, for stuns and everything. We got Brightwing in, and we got a Hogger in, so it's Poker time once more. Got banned out on the last map, but this time they got it. And outside of that, do we get a Rexa, or do they go for a more map-appropriate hero, in the sense that you oftentimes want more wave clear when you're talking about a hero that rules the side lane in Infernal Shrines, not only... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. All shall Swiffer. The janitor's in the house, and Granny on top of it too. So, here we go. I kind of like Rexa. The cool thing about Rexa is always you can stay in the back a little bit. You have Misha to scout bushes. You can provide a follow-up stun. But if you're talking about wave clear, yeah, Leo is just a little bit out there. Leo and others, of course. Diablo gets banned. Apparently all the abuse from Sir Ice Cream on the second map didn't really change the opinion of Team Ragequit here. I don't really blame them. It's a great map for Diablo, of course, too, because you have so many different angles where you can get these stuns off whenever you're playing on the shrine for the objective. Now, with that said, Zarya gets banned. I'm having my eyes on Dead Inside here. Our Zeratul player, what he's gonna go for this time. And of course, still need a frontline choice from them. Anubarak and Tracer! Okay! Tracer and Anubarak. Neat. Yeah, Tracer is always kind of awesome when we're getting a good one. But you gotta dance around a lot of this here now. So, I didn't expect the Tracer pick. But I'm game. I'm totally game for that. Now we get Jimmy for the auto attacks against her, and we have ETC for Sir Ice Cream. So okay, there's a couple of stuns together with this. And the last pick, Dead Inside. What are we going to get from him? You want to have a bit more damage on this. This is not really enough what they're currently running. But they're, of course, going to try to get a little bit more set up now. And Infernal Shrines is our third map. We're going to get at least 4 today. How do they empower this one? Maybe a little bit more AoE range damage. Hanzo and Tracer. Double Orge. Honor. So, Infernal Shrines, let's go. Game number 3, the series is tied. Our semi-final at the 4th qualifier for the Masters Clash. And game on. Game number 3. Who takes the lead in our Heroes of the Storm match? Hydra and his boys. Team SoundLess on the left side. We got him on Leo. So Ice Cream is playing ETC. Farlander on Chromie. And we got Shamzik on Anna with Nanopi on Reyna. On the right side of the map, with a solid performance in game number 2, Shizakid on Anubarak for Team Ragequit. Danazovsky is playing Brightwing. We got Limu on Tracer. dead inside on Hanzo, and Warwick is playing Hogger. Okay, it's Pog time. Let's go. This is a cool series. I like it when we have teams come in that have so far not really had the biggest impact in tournaments, and all of a sudden they're doing like really well and they're starting to threaten, you know, the balance at the top a bit. So yeah, this is kind of awesome to see. So good for them. And let's see what they can do here. They are also, I mean, again, even if they don't win here today, they got enough points through all of the qualifiers that they participated in that they would secure a spot in the last chance qualifier. Oh, Hogger with a big poke already. Big heal, nice. Danozovsky with a save. Brightwing, the fruit fly, being useful over here and doing a decent job on this one. Yeah, a couple of shots are still coming out. The Nubarak nearly died on that last engage, but he made it out. So good for him. And yep, the rotation is on. We got another 5 seconds until the camps are being announced, and then both of the teams are going to try and make a play for them and try to lock those in. So yep, let's see if that's going to work out as intended. In the meantime, the top side pressure has continued. So here we go. We got Chromie, changing things up a little bit, going here into the chronic conditions. I mean, some people argue that Chromie herself is a chronic condition, and the only way that you can get healed is by a lot of very targeted and focused damage. So right now, a big hammer can solve the problem usually. But either way, she's a kid over here. Again, if you play a Nubarak, you don't really want to play a sustained tank role. You want to be the one that dives in, sets a kill up, sets the stuns up, and allows the team to get a kill. It's not really a tank that just caters to a sustained fight setup. It's not really what you want him for. Leo at the top has been attacked a little bit, but Hydra was able to make it out. The Jenna are still trying to take out the trash at the top side. But the first thing that falls is the Fruit Fly. Fruit Fly is down, easily eliminated, and, well, goodbye. What do we have at the top? Are they able to get another kill? Oh, close! Ah! Not like this! Not like this! No! Hogger! Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna show that again. Check this one out. They're going in, they think they can get a kill, and all of a sudden Warwick realizes, mistakes were made. And that's a kill. Highly motivated after game number 2, maybe a bit too much motivated. Yeah, chaos reigns at the top lane, but those towers, they don't show mercy. Shizakid down here is also in trouble, and uh-oh, this is getting problematic. That's 3 kills to 0 now. It was a great start into the series after they lost the first map. Oh well, a good comeback into the series, winning game number 2, but that's not really the game opening that you want here. That is unfortunate. That is 1 Sudoku and 2 kills, which brings 3 kills to the board for the blue team. Alright. Also, we got, look at that, we actually got the speed medal for ETC. So Ice Cream, changing it up a little bit. Hydra still has to get out and yeah, eat some of the damage, but that's not really be of any big consequence. Now the move up to the top as they're trying to make a play over here. So let's see what they can pull off, because that's a solid lead already on the objective. They're 10 ahead. Now here's the engagement at the back, but there's no follow-up. There's nobody here. There's nobody here to do anything about it. So Ice Cream then again is a bit low, so they gotta save him first. Hogger, again in tower range, but this time he gets away. Okay, so we got a 5 versus 5 at the top, and both of the teams want their level 7. And it seems that SoundLess is gonna grab it a little bit sooner. So they're gonna get it. They're gonna have a chance to use that extra talent for the fight, and they're already starting to move in with it. Okay, bit of damage against Hanzo in the back, and it is party time. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Honestly, for the red team, it's a really uncomfortable situation. They need to get this minion wave first so that they get the level 7, and then they can start to easily come in. That's exactly what they're trying to do here. Hogger with a big pork, but Anubarak is low. Can they get the kill? Brightwing with the help attempt. And Hydra falls as Tracer goes deep. Well done. They got a kill, but it's a kill against Leo, and he's going to be back soon. He's going to be back very, very soon. Instead, we now have the moves up for... yeah, 31 points, 35. They're getting it. Team Ragequit, they're getting it. I was honestly expecting that Hydra would come back and they're going to try and force the fight around it, but they didn't. So now we got with that first kill, the objective locked in for Team Ragequit, despite the fact that they lost some heroes initially. They performed well up here at the top. So the bait over the wall is happening. Nice. They have an easier time taking the Punisher down, but the side wall has already been opened up, and they're aggressively making a push for it. So they're trying to force that fort down as quickly as they can. Okay, so what can they do over here? Can they maybe even get a kill? Nah, they're not diving in deep enough for it. But again, they take the wall down. 50% of the HP on the fort itself are also gone. Down at the bottom of the map, Hydra has to move out again. Warwick is getting some damage connected. Oh, Chromie. 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 And that is Chromie down. The fake dragon has been slapped around a little bit. Yeah, they whipped her up nicely. Okay, so Chromie is dead. And now we got 3 kills to 2. So Team Ragequit, after they dropped Leo, they're able to drop one of the damage dealers. And that, of course, allows them to take the camp. It's always about what can you do with those kills, right? Kills in and of itself, they give you a bit of experience, but you get map control, of course, while the hero that you just took out is dead. And that's something that you should always use to either take structures down, steal a couple of camps of your opponent away, go for an objective, all of these things. So it's always more important of what do you do after the kill than the kill itself. You need to try and really capitalize on those. And that's exactly what we're seeing from Team Ragequit. They move in, they take the camp away of the opponent's team, they are falling down to the bottom of the map to take the third one, the neutral camp, so to say, and now they can claim their own with level 10 abilities, or they can use it to maybe move in a little bit deeper. But we got heroics on both sides. We got the Hoarder pulled in again over the shockwave. We got also Granny going full on sniper mode with a level 10, going for the Eye of Horus here. And ETC looking for mosh pits. Ooh, arrow missing completely, and nobody even able to follow up on anything here. Jimmy hasn't made a choice yet either, so still a chance that we get Hyperion. Most of the time it's Raynor, since you also can check bushes and gain a bit more map control with it. But Hyperion can be a tool if you're able to get a lot of lockdowns. Talking about lockdown, and Noob got wrecked, and the Beetle is down. Easy peasy. Yeah. That was a quick one. They came, they saw, and they killed him. Very easily taken apart, and that's the 4th kill. This series is getting more interesting by the minute. It's like an entire back and forth that we're seeing here. It allows the blue team to also steal at least one of the camps. Hogga is still up at the top, Chromie down here. She also had to commit to her level 13. Had to go in for the timeout. We couldn't really get anything else done. Yeah. Top side has our 1 versus 1 now that Hydra is back to business. But I don't really think that they can follow up with anything soon here. Not even with Brightwing moving in. The damage output, Hanzo is currently rocking the numbers down here. Uh-oh, dead inside. Yeah, he's dead on the outside too now. Even with the cocoon, 5 kills to 2. Team SoundLess, they had some problems over the objective fight, but now they are starting to really gain their rhythm again. They're also able to take the camp at the top left just before the shrine is getting activated, as Jimmy is starting to help out Hydra. Now, of course, we're going to keep our eye on the Punisher, but with the quest completed on ETC, that's another nice tool that they now have in that battle. Prog Rock is done, and it is time to, I guess, lock this one in. Doesn't really seem like Team Ragequit is interested in fighting over it. They're at least very late. Despite the fact that they have 5 players now back up on the map, they are just sacrificing more and more points over here. And with Hydra now moving in too, there's pretty much no chance for fighting for this anymore. They would have to make an insane kill happen. Oh, but that's a great start. That's a fantastic start. Mosh pit. Yep, there it is. But the polymorph is there. They're trying to get the kill. 25 points to 5, and off we go. There's the potential play for Hogga, but he makes his way out. So did Anoop. But the shots are fired. Granny with the Eye of Horus. She can't get the kill. But they're getting closer and closer to the objective now. 31 points to 14. There's just no way for Team Ragequit to turn this anymore. If they get a kill, they might have an easier defense, but we all know who that Punisher is gonna march for. Yeah, top side. We still need to deal with that. Hogga is pogging it out. Hydra is also there. And he doesn't have... They're going for Hogga. He should get the kill here. Slide, damage, auto attacks, right click, as he's trying to get his thing. And down at the bottom, there's the attack. That was the weakest imitation of Jimmy's gun sound that I've ever heard in my entire life, by the way. So I want to apologize. I'm really sorry. I apologize to my family and everybody that heard this or was involved with it. Anybody that got offended, I'm really sorry. I don't want to get cancelled. I swear to God, I can make proper gun sounds. At least here. Ooh, arrow. Pew! And he connects. From a stun into the isolation thanks to the cocoon. Not happening. Okay, there we go. That's a kill. That's a kill. Oh, that ragdoll. Get wrecked. Poor ETC. Blown up. 6 kills to 3. 13 to 13. I like this series. This is a fun one. I like it. 24,000 and 23,000. That's the damage output that we're seeing for the boys now. And yep, that top fort might be doomed. We're gonna try. Nah, not quite. Alright, let's go. Yeah, well, is that gonna be it? Are they committing? I think they could have. I honestly think they could have jumped on this one. I mean, even especially when they get a drop on Jimmy, they have a chance. But yeah, not quite. Either way, now that we got our... The one thing that I really like about this is that both teams are trying to set up traps. This is something that a lot of teams don't really do anymore these days. Maybe at the beginning of the game, when you expect the rotation from one hero, the solo laner, usually from the middle to the top. They're seeing setups like that. But these traps that we have continuously by both of the teams in this series are kind of cool. I like that this happens a little bit more between them. They're trying to just play mind games against each other, and that's kind of neat. The top lane, as I said, might now fall. But we are starting to get the plays around the next objective once again. And that should be a level 16 versus level 16 fight. And of course, as we're getting to 20, this is where the real power then comes through, with especially Leo and his engages. Once that he has his buried alive, this is still one of the, if not the best engaged in the entire game. So he can make a play there. But down to the bottom, are they committing to this one? Yeah. They're taking it, they're taking it. And you don't really want to fight right now if you're the blue team. You're a little bit behind in experience. It's not enough to be a problem, but you still don't want to end up in that battle. So, yeah, the red team can't really make a move there either. Everybody's just poking. Chrome is trying to connect some random damage. Epicenter has been taken. Epic enter, as some people call it, because you're epically entering the backline. And, yep, on top of that, we now also got the heavy-handed. So that Tracer can slap you around a little bit harder. Mithril Mace is also up, and the Pain and Rat. Uh-oh, Hanzo. What do you think would happen? I mean, did you really gamble that he had already used it? Hydra, it's not level 20. You locked in your level 16. That's a level 16 talent, not the level 20. I guess they're trading the trade for the ult. It's a low cooldown on Leo anyways, so fair enough. Yeah, again, maybe as a cooldown trade you can look at that. Hydra is going to get his Entomb back during the fight. But if they really thought they could get the kill there, maybe with Stukov if you get a quick lurking arm set up, but not like this. So yeah, that was a bit too easy. It was telegraphed. But of course, here comes the arrow, and Granny gets hit hard in the back, and oh boy, do they collapse on her. Shamzik is getting dropped right away. Big engage, and Nubarak is down. It's a triple kill though. What a slaughter! Holy shit! Holy shit! What a slaughter, everybody. Check this fight out. Granny gets hit first. They're jumping on her after the arrow connects, and then everybody is just murdering. 4 heroes down on the side of Team SoundLess, and the Mortar Punisher gets taken. Team Ragequit, everybody. Team Ragequit, I gotta admit, this is more and more surprising. Like, this is more and more impressive the more I watch it. This is absolutely awesome. So now we got 7 kills to 7. They're coming in here, and holy hell. Yeah, Hydra gets jumped on too, but the Wraith walks out. He's still dead. Yeah. He came, he saw, and he died again. Veni, Vidi, BG. Now we're moving everybody into the middle. They have the Punisher at the bottom, so they're trying to go for a bit of a two-pronged attack to drop some of these walls so that they can later on go for the keep itself. But holy hell. What a setup in these fights. Yeah, Warburg is down. Look at the experience lead alone. I mean, it's not only the kills that they just got, but they just got ahead in experience by so much. It's a big jump that they made. They're going to have the earlier level 20, and very likely they're going to have it also for the next objective, or at least there's a chance that they're going to make that happen. But boy, that was a big, big dive that they made with the entire team on this one. Bottom Keeper's taking some damage now too. Good for them. But yeah, let's check it out. Right now, we got camps all over the place being taken. They stole the Shaman camp away. They're going for the Khaldor camp here. They got the other camps that they can claim. Guys, they're going to have a level 20 and they can push for the bot lane and take the keep down. Yeah. They can definitely do that. They can definitely make that play now. Go down to the bottom with a level 20 and take this one. This is one of those moments where I would really love for them to be a bit more aggressive around the advantage that they have. They have the level 20, there's a 2-level lead. They could have taken this one already earlier. And right now is one of those moments where you want to go for the keep at the bot lane. You have a level 20 advantage, start to push this a little bit. Not necessarily going to be easy. They're poking out the top lane first in an attempt to make sure that they're getting lanes on both sides pushed. And you can see that they're timing it. They're not taking with Trace at the bottom. They're actually timing this out. They still have something in the mid lane that they're also pushing back here. But, yep, there we go. And the 20 gives us the Fairy... Fairy Protector. There's the bot lane. Slowly they're starting to set the push up. And Nubarak is going for the rewind. Top lane is pushing now. That's what they were waiting for. So they're going to set this up against the top keep. And at the bottom of the map, they're going to try and poke those out. See if they can maybe get a Nubarak connect with someone. Maybe even a Cocoon. Maybe they force it that hard. Could be the thing. But time will tell. They're starting to slowly push this one out here. Minion wave has to go first, of course. Their own is now coming in. And someone has to deal with the top lane. And that's where Leo is currently headed. Leo has to deal with the top, and they have to sacrifice this one. There is just no chance. Now that they're pushed back this hard, the minion wave is there, and it's an easy commitment to make for Team Ragequit. They're capitalizing on the level 20, they're getting the keep, and now they can fall back and set up around the objective, unless, of course, there's a kill opportunity that presents itself at some point. Which I highly doubt. It shouldn't happen. 37,000 damage for Hanzo. Yeah, even the mid lane can open that up. I actually thought that they did it already earlier, but no. With the catapult already in tow, they can start to poke this a little bit harder. Especially Hanzo, now that he opens the gate up. They have a bit of vision of what's going on here. Yeah, can take another one over here. Arrow connects! Oh my god! The Entomb is there. They could push it on Hydra. They didn't. The Cocoon comes in. There's the timeout. Granny is starting to fire away with the Eye of Horus. The Hyperion gets committed to. Farlander in the back is in trouble. Hogger pogging around hard, but Nubarak and Hogger both die. They went a bit too deep. They went a bit too deep. They slide and they go for another kill, but Hanzo is able to jump away. Now they gotta buy time. There's the kill against Granny. Nicely done. Tracer is about to get out, and she was able to eliminate Ana. That was a big one. That was really important. That kill might save them the objective. Hanzo's already playing around it, but there's the Tracer kill. If Tracer would have been able to make it out, that's a different story. But now, of course, that's a staggered death against them too. That's a big problem. Brightwing escorting catapults at the bot lane, trying to help them out here. Nobody's defending that just yet. Jimmy just moved back. He Hearthstone. So, yeah, maybe a quick Foley over here. Nah, Brightwing is already on the retreat. Alright, that could be the comeback. That's the moment. That's really the situation where we could see SoundLess take the lead again. They haven't taken a single fort down. They did not kill, they did not break through a single fort, not one. No major structures have been destroyed by them. But then again, they lost their keep. Can they really, with this objective, do enough damage to make up for this? They're delaying the thingy, the protector, because obviously, the Punisher, because obviously they can take their camp. They wait for Ana. And what is the red team doing? They're taking the camp that just spawned at the bottom of the map. Quick pick. Hogger is taking the one in the middle. They're trying to set up as much as they possibly can to make sure that they are at least applying some pressure against their opposition. Ooh, this is getting close now. Team Ragequit, they got a bit too aggressive around the top lane. They were looking for kills. They nearly got them, but they lost Nubarak and Hogger too early and suffered the consequences now. This objective is going to be taken by the blue team, one way or another. They have 39 points. They can take it whenever. Now, of course, the red team is going to try and force their hand by attacking it quickly. And that is going to force someone in, maybe Leo, to take the final hit here. Yeah. Arrow is out. Engage. Ana in trouble. One after another. Entomb gets used. There's the mosh pit after it. They nearly get the kills. Dead Inside moves away. Tracer dodged out too. Hogger is poking. Oh my god, he's completely playing the... He's playing snooker over here. But he dies. So does ETC on the other hand. So we got a hero falling on each side. And top side, the pressure play against the fort. They're going to get this one too, I suppose. 11 kills to 10. The pressure through the middle now. Yeah, we have action all over the place. And Hogger is just not enough to get the kills in. That's the biggest problem here. So now we got 51,000 against 51,000 for the two top damage dealers, Chromie and Hanzo. Hogger's at 33k. And the top fort is about to fall. Down here, it continues. Can they go for keep? That's the question. Because now they're starting to take that Punisher down quickly, and the damage against the backline is still there. Without ETC, that's a problem, and Pogga's going to be back much sooner. So they retreat, and they got to. They took 2 forts down. 2 forts is what they were able to get out of that fight in the first, and the objective. It's the first one, I think, that they got. So that's 10 to 11 kills now. And, oh boy, this game is going to go down to the wire. This game is going the distance here. God, I want 5 maps out of these two. Seriously. So, at this point, 11 to 10. Hogga is up at the top. You can't forget that if Team Ragequit gets a couple of kills, he can go core. That bot lane is open. That bot lane is wide open. So, at this point, they're just all looking for kills. And they're looking, of course, for structures. That's what the blue team is currently thinking about. Let's take that fort down quickly, and especially that fountain, because the next objective spawns at the bottom of the map. And I'm a little bit surprised that Team Ragequit lets this happen. Oh, Farlander missed it. Farlander missed it. They're trying to guard it. They're a bit late to guard it, but they're able to keep it in play with a hit point. Half a hit point. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, that would be a big problem, honestly, for Team SoundLess. If the team in red still has the fountain at the bottom of the map when the next objective spawns, that's an issue. They were trying to go for an engage with Leo, but they could not quite get it. And Uberak was sitting at the side, and if he would have moved a bit farther to the top, I think Leo would have dropped the Entomb. As it stands, they didn't have to go that far. So now we have the play for the objective again. And that, of course, all attacks the bot lane, where we don't even have a keep anymore for the team in blue. And they're Hearthstoning. They're expecting an attack on the core, maybe even, so they're Hearthstoning. They're trying to defend this first. What a series now. Yeah. Camps all claimed. Big leads, 23 to 22. So as stats advantages goes, there's a small one for Team Ragequit. Good for them. You gotta be careful. Setting up a trap is nice, but don't overextend now. Yeah, they're checking a lot here. Are they really making the play here? Are they trying to go for it? Oh my god. Leo is down. He goes for the Entomb, the Buried Alive, but can they kill more? Leo alone is not enough. Arrow, and they connect it. There's the stun, the bullseye, the kill against Jimmy. Jimmy is down. Anna is on the run. The sleep dart might have just saved. Oh my god. Get wrecked, Granny. There's the kill. There's the play. That has to be core. Guys, Moshpit or no Moshpit, what's happening here? Team Ragequit. They are beasting it in the semifinal. They are murdering over here. What a performance. Team SoundLess. Team SoundLess goes down on map 3 as Team Ragequit takes the lead in this best of 5 series. 5-man wipe to finish the game. Well done, Team Ragequit with a W on Infernal Shrines. Respect, Team Ragequit with a 2-1 lead. I'm impressed, honestly. Really, really nicely done by them. And yeah, Team SoundLess is all of a sudden in an awkward position where if they lose another map, they are in the 3rd place Deciders game once again. And I didn't see that coming. I'm going to be honest with you. I expected that we're going to have some back and forth maybe between the two teams. But if I'm honest, I thought that Team SoundLess would either win this one with a 3-0 or with a 3-1. That was what I expected. Because I just thought these guys, they have the experience, they have a very aggressive playstyle. A lot of teams are a little bit slow to adapt to that and oftentimes overwhelmed with it. But instead, Team Ragequit is just doing better and better the more you see them play here. There's obviously still a chance that Team SoundLess brings this back and decides the series in their favor after all, bringing it through the 5th map. But whew, that is some plays that we're seeing here. And I think Team Ragequit could have maybe even won this a little bit easier if they didn't commit to that top fight that they lost there eventually. Now, the bans are pretty much very much the same. We have Volskaya Foundry as our map now, which also means that we could see Rexa again for Team SoundLess, but I gotta admit, I'm a little bit blown away by this series, and it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind to see a 5-mapper out of it, but of course Ragequit Gaming is gonna try to end this now directly. We have Cassia banned out and Sonya with an easy lock. So Sonya gets locked in right away, not wasting any time on that one. Yeah, that puts a bit of pressure on the draft on Team Ragequit, but again, they did well. They did very well here the entire time. Much better than I thought. I thought, okay, it's cool that we have a team just like pushing into that space again. I talked about this a bit earlier, but I didn't really think that they would take the lead in this one. And they really just had a lot of good decision making too. They were really showing some patience in a lot of these fights as well, which oftentimes you don't see. And they didn't freak out in the later stages either. So now we got an early D.Va commitment and we got Brightwing again. So they're playing around the global here. And there's the Inubrak Lucio. Very, very early commitments on the picks for Team SoundLess. That puts in a draft a bit of pressure onto the opponent, but they are just going with the Zarya ban. They have reliably after, I think it was game number 1? Reliably done that. Just locking any 4-mans down that could be dangerous for them. And Zarya, of course, benefits from that speed bubble a whole lot. So they just say, yeah, we don't want to deal with that hero, it's true, let's get her out. But yeah, Hanzo gets also banned. They're just like, they're done with those arrows. And the arrow setups with Nubarak in the last game, they were really difficult to deal with. I mean, we saw Ana in particular die multiple times to a good Hanzo arrow that was immediately followed up by the rest of the team. So, yeah. But for now, next double pick, that's going to tell us a lot about the playstyle here for them. Tychus, okay, we could get Odin. And we got Jojo. Very, very different style that we've seen from them in the past here. But with Johanna, you have a good presence on the checkpoint. You got Tychus also that can really, really do a lot with Odin, but also even without it. Zeratul for Farland and Sylvanas. Okay, shit just got real. Zeratul, they have to control him a little bit. And Brightwing is going to be their main tool for that with the Polymorph. They could still draft something for Dead Inside to play around that. But we got Nano P2. So there's a lot of push potential that you have with a good Sylvanas push, especially when you win one of the protectors that you can use here. So, whew, it is a bit dicey. Yeah, let's see what they can do with it. Because right now, that's the opportunity to end the game. But what are they getting? Sergeant Hammer! It's hammer time, everybody! Okay, they're gonna try to hammer in the victory now. Volskaya Foundry, game number 4. Let's go. Game number 4, Volskaya Foundry, Team SoundLess, everybody. We got Team Ragequit on the right side, and the blue team is of course hoping to force the 5th map. This is gonna be a real spicy setup that we're seeing right now. SoundLess is under pressure. I don't really think that they expected it themselves, but now they gotta deal with it. We got Hydra on Sonya, Nenopi on Zeratul, so Ice Cream is playing Inubarak, Farlander on Sylvanas, and Shamzik is playing Lucio. On the right side of the map, Danazovsky with Brightwing. We got Shizakid on Johanna, Limu on Tychus, Warwick on D.Va, and Dead Inside on Sergeant Hammer. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I want to see what they can do with this now. This is a setup. Also, I didn't really expect this particular lineup that they're running here. It goes a bit away from the style that we've seen in most of the other games that they've been playing so far. So it's going to be pretty cool to see what they can pull off here. The problem is that they're up against the Sylvanas push at the bottom. That so far they've mainly ignored, but it still cost them a tower. So it's annoying to say the least. With Sergeant Hammer, a lot of the power that you get with that hero kicks in at level 7 when you have more mobility on it. So that's what we're going to see. The extra movement for them. But in we go. They're trying to get a kill against Farlander, and oh boy, he got dropped down to 50% HP pretty quickly. Now they're sieging up down here. The heals are coming. Yeah, as long as you don't have the siege tactics, you gotta be a little bit careful with Hammer. He's able to get out. The problem is that Azovsky has a big issue here and could go down. Sonya comes in, and they get the kill with the help of Lucio. The 5-man commitment at the bottom of the map pays off for Team SoundLess. They get their kill. The problem is that they are all very, very low. So that's a lot of taps on the fountain if they still got the cooldown. And Dead Inside is back to his position and is starting to take this slowly but steadily and whittle the hit points on the wall down. Well, they're playing more or less Protect the Hammer here with D.Va rotating between the lanes, and it's currently Inubarak who's matching that rotation. Not Zeratul. He wants to chip the extra damage in at the bottom of the map now. But yeah, this is going to be a spicy game. I'm hyped. I mean, honestly, I know I'm repeating myself here, but I'm a little bit hyped for this. It's a bit of an underdog story that's happening. Team Ragequit, they have been doing well in a lot of these qualifiers, but still, they don't really have the same names here. It's a team that came through Division 1 of Heroes Lounge. So it's all amateur scene that we're seeing here. Level 4 talents are in. That gives us a siege tactic, so that's already a good start for Sergeant Hammer. Of course, we have now also Under King for the longer engage. The build on Zeratul, by the way, suggests that we're going to see him with a Void Prison potentially. So there's that as well. In a VP setup, I mean, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go VP Leap? I don't really think so. I mean, it's an option, but I don't really think that's happening. VP Leap was something that we've seen in the past. Just as Heroes of the Storm came out, as the game was still in beta, we've seen VP into Leap. It's a pretty sexy setup to ensure that Sonya hits it, but the question is always, what can you get out of it at the end of the day? Now, they're getting an item topside as they're going for the healing beacon, but they're also completely abandoning the bot lane, which means that the wall has been opened up. And they now can start to open up even more walls in the middle. And of course, the end goal is to really take these fountains down and allow yourself a better position in every single middle fight. Because you're just in a better push position, and you can always recover at your own fountain while your opponent doesn't have that option anymore. Now, there is Sylvanas against you, so that is changing the balance slightly. And you gotta be careful with it. But yeah, here's the back and forth right now with this little setup. But okay, so we got Shizukid over in. Limo is starting to push Nubarak back. Zeratul is still at the top. Sergeant Hammer has taken the position there. And the game just continues. They want their level 7, and the sooner they get it, the more aggressive that inside can be. And yep, for now, we got the Seeker in the dark. We got the Subterranean Shield. They're still playing over the objective. But topside gets attacked. Lucio comes in. But nobody is really dealing with that just yet. And at the bottom or in the middle, they are pushing Sonya out. This is a really annoying situation to be in. Brightwing is channeling the bot lane and is getting the experience there. Up at the top, the 5-man commitment. But both of them can easily make it out. Or can they? I guess not. Warwick is getting obliterated, but that wall has nearly fallen. And the objective is now slowly advancing also for Team Ragequit. Now they have only 24 percentage points, and the blue team is trying to get back on them. But structurally speaking, they're doing work. And this is very, very early in the game. This is still anybody's game to take. This can snowball quickly, one way or another. The 2 kills that came through, they are impactful, but it's not really the end of the world for them. So, Dead Inside, topside, is now starting to push this back out again. They're hoping to take another tower down. And again, keep these fountains in mind. Down here, there's the invade. Uh-oh, there's a lot coming their way, though. Yeah, Warwick is starting to boost in. They start to take the camp here. And this could be a bad spot for the blue team if this continues. Sonya isn't here. They tried to get the kill on Tychus, and they couldn't because Brightwing helped out. Lucio is dead. Sylvanas is down. Oh my god, it's a shit show. They're losing everyone. 2 are down. Everybody else is on the run, and that was a big deal just now. That was a huge deal. They lost the camp, and they... Oh my god! 9 hit points on Tychus. Oh boy, don't play with fire here, my friend. Yeah, but they get the early level 10. Those 2 kills were worth a lot. They took the position, they forced the heroes that survived weren't useful either because they were all so low that they had to move back. Emerald Wind now, and off we go. Another wall gets attacked as they're going for the objective. Now, Nubarak and Zeratul at the bottom of the map. Sonya is down in a one-on-one against Warwick. What the hell? That shouldn't have happened. Tower goes down too. Here's the VP. Does Sonya pick Leap? That's the big one. You wouldn't think so, but again, this is old school. If she goes for that, that's Heroes of the Storm beta. Sergeant Hammer has been eliminated. They're trying to go for a little bit more as the fight in the mid lane has also come through, and she goes for Leap. Void Prison into Leap. Called it. They're going for it. There's the VP. Sonya isn't close. Sonya isn't close, so they're just saving Zeratul. It was a panic VP to save Zeratul. That's the only thing that they could do here. Sergeant Hammer is going to be back in a couple of seconds. The experience lead goes over to Team Ragequit. Can they get another kill here? They're looking for it. But, oh boy. Okay. It's a funny one. It's a real funny one here. Yeah, item advantage. We still have an additional turret in the hands of the red team. Here comes the lead. They try to kill and they can't get it. Sonya's in trouble. And Sonya is about to get wrecked if Odin can connect a bit more damage. Oh, and there it is. Nice. Just on the last leg. 99% stopped in the overtime. And Nubarak also low. The sound barrier saving him. They're trying to go for Jojo and he dies too. They dove a little bit too deep to get a Nubarak. and then Lucio ruined the play. But they're still zoning them, and the Protector is taken by the red team. They got the Protector on the map. They got Sergeant Hammer, so Ice Cream has to be really careful. Straight into the hammer range. And here comes the move straight into the mid lane. What a series, seriously. What an absolute series. So now we're seeing the damage coming out. Dead inside. Uh-oh. He's starting to get away. That is going to be a kill. They're going to get him. It's a 4-man commitment. They're going to get the kill here. Yes, 100%. The problem is that Brightwing is pushing the bot lane. The Protector is pushing the top lane. And they all need to react to these moves. And they just can't make any of that happen. Yeah. That Protector is easily going to walk away with some topside damage. Zeratul is now at the bottom of the map defending it. Now, this is nearly a fort. They should be able to pick it up later on and also get the tower. It's still a decent defense thanks to the kill against Sergeant Hammer, but the situation doesn't really change. We have even experience on the two teams and even a lead in kills for Team SoundLess, but it doesn't change the fact that they are losing structures all over the place. They've done some damage too, don't get me wrong, but they are losing ground, and they are losing ground quickly. Now the top fountain is nearly getting destroyed, might still fall to the minions, and yeah, gets barely saved. Down here, the attack against Shizakid is still fine. Generally speaking, it's a fairly even game, but it always seems like Team SoundLess could crack any moment. They have a chance to win a team fight and then use Sylvanas to turn all of this around. But with Sergeant Hammer getting stronger and stronger and scaling, yeah, this is getting dangerous. BFG, nice connect. Sound Barrier did not connect though with Zeratul. There's the leap in the back and D.Va is down. Well played. They still have the VP, but they're losing out on the item and they're all rushing away. And actually, I think I'm lying. Item was stolen by Nubarak. And Nubarak got the item. Yeah, but Hammer's again at the top and is starting to get the fountain. They want to take the fountain down so that they can have an easier time with the objective. And they're getting the fort as well. But the blue team isn't really waiting for any of this. They're moving down to the bottom of the map instead. And they're just saying, hey, listen, guys, we're going to take your items away. We're going to steal those turrets. And if you've forgotten, we got Sylvanas. We got Sylvanas, and we are going to take that bottom fort if you're not dealing with it. But instead of trying to go for the defense, Team Ragequit just simply says, like, alright, go for it. We don't care because we're just going to take a second one. That's okay with us, too. Might have to use... He doesn't have the Blessed Shield. Iron Skin is already used. Danazovsky is low. And that's a kill. Brightwing is down. Nice isolation. They stay too long in the middle. They stay too long in the middle, but can they maybe get a counter kill? Nope. There's the leap. And Sonya is able to set the kill up against Jojo. Alright, so I was a bit afraid for Team SoundLess, but now that they're getting the kills and they're starting to claim momentum. Now the objective isn't even up yet, but now they got 7 kills to 4. And it's a nice back and forth here. Doesn't change how many structures have fallen, but they are starting to get more and more momentum, and they're also claiming a bit more map control that is really helpful for them. So yeah, good for that. Now, you got 27,000 damage for Tychus. Sergeant Hammer is also at 27k. Sylvanas has more than either one of them. But this game isn't over. Not even close. Both teams have siege potential. Both teams have good setups. And they're now moving down to the bottom of the map, trying to get the first fort connected, and they do. Yeah, it's a 5 versus 5 again. Problem is that level 16 talent that is so close now. Experience, just give you a bit of an idea of how they got to the experience. Look at minion experience. It's incredibly similar. The big difference comes in heroes experience. Thanks to SoundLess getting the late game hero kills, they have a big lead there. But then you look at passive experience, that's now slowly expanding in favor of Team Ragequit. So that's where they currently netting a bit of an advantage. Yeah, and of course both of them are now looking for level 16. That's why Brightwing is again at the bottom of the map trying to secure the side lane. That didn't connect. Yeah, mind control attempt, but that didn't work out. 16. Epic enter in for Anubarak. So he can jump into the back line right now. And on top of that, we also got the Void Slash. Objective is up, but they are just trying to get another fort down here, aren't they? Yeah, they go for the bot lane fort, and they go for the experience to get the 16. Okay, D.Va is also double-checking what's happening with the rotation. They gotta be careful. There's the 16 now. Okay, that gives us Giant Killer, but dead inside is dead on the inside and the outside once again. There's a leap into the Void Prison, and it missed everybody. But they sacrificed Sergeant Hammer. They're just staying too long. They're making mistakes now. They're getting a little bit too greedy on this. Mind control gets used after the Emerald Wind. That was a real unfortunate connect. Tychus was trying to make his way back out. That didn't really work. But yeah, things are getting too nasty. Alright, they kill him. They can even delay it a little bit. I mean, with the grenade, he might have been able to deliver a final blow here, but no. Tychus is down. Now, Sonya's at the top, Joanna's at the top. But check this one out. Check this out. Emerald Wind into mind control, and that was real unfortunate for Brightwing. Don't see that all that often. Brightwing down, but that Emerald Wind, just as the mind control comes in, was a problem. So right now, it's another mind control. They are starting to make too many mistakes here. They have a setup that is very strong if you set it up for siege, but now they are just struggling because they are feeding in a little bit too much. They're overstaying at the bot lane. They get forced into fights. Danazovsky with a pause. Apparently, we got one player that just disconnected, but what they really need is they need to take a deep breath. So this pause might not be a bad thing for them. It's still level 16 talents all around, but we now have a 6-kill lead for Team SoundLess. And Team SoundLess is very happy with the situation at this point. They got Shamzik at the top. They're waiting for the next Protector. They still need to take a few more of the structures down, because so far they haven't really done a great job on that. They are doing better on the items, though. They have 2 turrets now for Hydra and for Farlander, and they're working on the healing beacon as well. So with 3 items against, I think, none at this point, they got the upper hand on this, and that would really help them. We've seen a couple of attempts of making a leap happen after the Void Prison was executed, but the bigger play was really the isolation from Void Prison and from Cocoon coming out whenever they are trying to isolate Sergeant Hammer. And that has been a continuous problem. That happened, I think, 2 or 3 times. Hammer died 3 times. And they are isolating dead inside whenever they got a chance. So they made that play a few times. They set either Void Prison up or they use a Cocoon and they isolate Sergeant Hammer. And as long as Hammer dies, that's a good step into the right direction for them. Another thing that I want to highlight real quickly before we're looking at the damage a little bit closer. We got 4 now. First of all, we got me blanking a little bit and jumping through this. But we now got the Executioner in. So we have Executioner over the Giant Killer for now. Now, there is a couple of slows that they have available, and stuns, of course, too. So they're trying to get the extra attack damage in with that. But either way, you want to make sure that you are getting that 16 really procced. And, of course, with that, it's important that you get Hammer into the backline, can protect him, so that that inside can work those auto attacks. And so far, that hasn't really happened. So that was a big problem for them. And Zeratul is, of course, getting now the engages with the Void Slash. Epicenter is a huge problem now. And it sets also leap up. So you have now multiple tools that can set the leap up. And let's not forget that especially Sylvanas have been able to get one mind control off after another. And it really helped. Now we got 34,000 for her alone. And Nubrak hasn't died. Zeratul hasn't died. That just showcases how big the problem is right now. They have huge problems locking Nenopi down. And I talked about this already a bit in the draft and mentioned that Brightwing will have to play a big role here with the Polymorph. But we also have, of course, Jojo, who can always come in with a Blessed Shield and try and eliminate him too. But it hasn't happened yet. So there was sometimes a bit of damage against Zeratul, but never really enough. Now, as it stands, again, this one is pretty much goner. Fountain is out. So they have done what they needed to do on the map. They've taken all of those 3 forts down, so the outer ring of defense is gone. Now, with the top protector about to be taken, what you're trying to do is you're trying to at least take 1 fort down. You could go for the one at the middle. What else can they do? Going for a keep is, even if they haven't won the Protector yet, but they're likely to do it. If they win the Protector, going for a keep is very unlikely unless they get some solid kills in with the Protector. I don't think that's happening. They don't have a talent advantage, and normally you only see a team make a keep play when they have not only Protector, but also a talent advantage or get a few kills. So very likely they're going to try to get the 2 forts, and that will more or less put them in an equal position in terms of map control. So this is still a game where Team Ragequit can win, but it's not going to be easy for them to get to that spot, considering that they're now a level behind. What they need is a good team fight. They have the tools to make it happen, but in an ideal world, they would win a battle and then start to siege up and make it really difficult for Team SoundLess to play around them. So that's pretty much what they're looking for right now. And we're back, so let's see what they can actually do with this one. For now, we got the 10 kills against 4, as already mentioned. Lucio sitting at the top and is working towards the Protector again. And let's set this up. So Ice Cream, yeah, okay, there's the leap. They're trying to go for the beacon. They get it. Here comes the BFG, but that did not do as much work as they were hoping for. The fight is still ongoing, but they took it a bit early, honestly, with only 4 heroes. And they gotta be really careful here, especially with Sir Ice Cream. In such a close quarter setup, if you have a good epicenter connect on a Nubarak, then you are going to be in trouble. I mean, again, there's a couple of talents that you can always expect him to take, and epicenter is definitely one of them. I mean, just generally with the builds here on their end, it's everything that you need. Epicenter is insane. It's just an insane talent. I mean, Blizzard has been continuously now trying to buff at least some of the other talents, and it's never enough. Because Epicenter is just insanity. There's the push at the bottom of the map now. And, yep, they're trying to use Sylvanas, but guess what? At the top, they're already breaking through. They have to retreat. They have to either trade keeps or they gotta retreat. And they're realizing all of a sudden that this is not working for them. So, yep, there it is. They start to come in, they're taking this one down to 50%, and Nubarak is still at the bot lane, and they're getting good damage in against Sylvanas just as she appears. So this is a problem, and this is also catering exactly to what I talked about just a minute ago. They need to find a siege position that they can go for. The leap, dodged out mostly, Hydra low, if that's a kill, then they're in so much trouble here. Oh, the cocoon, the kill, the hammer down, Jojo dead still. And Sylvanas is coming in with more damage to help them to get even more kills confirmed. Tychus is obliterated. Danozovsky at the top. He is barely getting out. No, he's not, is he? Oh, he makes it. He makes it. But that keep is nearly gone, and it seems like the blue team is now rotating bot side to make the play and try to take the keep down. Can they go core without Sonya? I don't think so. They got no VP to buy themselves a little bit more time. Then again, 20 seconds, Emerald Wind and 13. They shouldn't be able to core this. They are trying. I'm actually surprised. I don't really think they can make that play. If Brightwing survives, yeah, Emerald Wind, and Brightwing goes down, doesn't she? Yeah, Brightwing is dead. Maybe now they got an opportunity. Oh, the fist connects. There's no way. Jojo is back. She has a blessed shield. She has everything she needs here. They can't end. They can do damage, but they can't end the game. No, that was a bit too much. The Brightwing kill is still worth it. It's 65% on the core, so it's not like this was a bad attempt or anything. They have, of course, the level 20 talents already. And with 35% already eliminated on the core, that's a good setup. Mind control connects, but the fight is still ongoing over here. Yep, let's go. Let's see if they can bring this one back. Now, of course, you still got the Protector at the top, so you can technically try and make a play for the bot lane anyways. But we'll see if they can go this far. Or if that's the game plan to begin with. 15 kills to 5. Team SoundLess has been in a sound position in this entire game. But, yep, they're already working that Protector down a bit. These Protector... This is only 16 minutes into the game. This is Protector number 2. I want to highlight it again. Protector number 2. So this might not be the end of the game. And guys, this is pushing. This is taking the top keep down. I'm not sure they can end this game. 5 versus 5. The Protector is going to take even more early damage as they're starting to come in here. And, well, it's Zeratul and Sonya that are in the Protector. That's Leap and Void Prison that you don't have right now. So they're trying to drop it low early. Obviously, the blue team is trying to end here. But this is not a guaranteed victory. That Protector is down to nearly 50%. Now, they gotta face the music here, of course. They're still trying to buy a little bit more time. Yeah, D.Va is making it out for now. And the Protector is down to 40%. There's no way they're ending this. 65% or not, I don't care. Even with level 20, that's a problem. So, yeah, they're trying to burn this down. Of course, they still need to be ready for the 5 versus 5 fight. There's the leap. They're trying to go again for Warwick. Can they take D.Va down? Yes, and that is bad. That's bad. Maybe now they got a chance. Protector's about to get dropped. 40%. Yeah, Hammer is down too. They make it happen. They get the kills and they make it happen. Game number 5 incoming, everybody. We got an epic one on our hands. SoundLess versus Ragequit goes to the final map. We're going the full distance, everybody. Game number 5 is coming up and we're on Cursed Hollow. That should result in a Viking ban. This is one of the maps where Team SoundLess has been playing the Vikings a few times, which is kind of neat for you, of course. Also, yes, Hydra wants to play the Vikings. If he gets a chance here, then he's going to play them. That, of course, doesn't only mean if they don't get banned out, but if they can draft something together that works for Viking composition. But even if that isn't the case, it will force a ban onto Team Ragequit that would allow for a good first pick for Team SoundLess. Vikings get banned out right away. It was kind of funny because Hydra was actually in the chat a little bit earlier, was talking about all of this and was saying like, hey guys, for some reason I just can't get to play my hero. It's just not happening. Every single time when I'm on a map where I could play it, they ban it out against me because I just showed a few games with it. And that's pretty much just it. Anyways, Uther gets banned again, so now we're also looking at the next and final ban for Team Ragequit, who are of course quite eager to now bring this back again. They were hoping to dodge the 5th map. But they had a couple of mistakes on the last one that just resulted in this happening. So let's go. We got our Sonya ban. Okay. And what else? Chromie is still up. Of course, also Cursed Hollow. Medivh gets banned. Chromie is up. You could play a little bit more around the objective as well. Global heroes here are kind of neat when it comes to supports. We're talking about Stukov. We're talking about Anna. We're talking about Brightwing again. Our usual suspects over here, with Brightwing maybe getting a bit higher priority because the map is bigger, so you get more out of it. And here comes Horga! Alright, so Horga is in once more. And that leaves us with the double pick for Team SoundLess. Yeah, and now of course the question, do we get a Chromie again? Do we get do we get support in terms of like Stukov? Do we try to go for a new Brock Stukov or something? And we get Abathur! Abby is out! Hydra! Big map, he doesn't get the Vikings, and he is playing Abathur instead. I like it. Cool shit. Good stuff here. And we got Cassia together with that tier. Alright. So let's go for the next one. And check that out. What is the double pick now on the other side? Ah, I love that we got the Slug. Slug is always fun. That's always awesome. And yeah, it is brilliant. I wonder what they are comboing together with that. Alright, there comes Zarya and there's Sylvanas now. Yeah, they've been banning Zarya actually a few times. We've seen that banned multiple times now, but instead they are the ones going for Zarya. So they are trying to set a 4-man up that can just crush through the early game and take a couple of structures down. So this is kind of nice. And yep, what do we get on the other side for the ban? First of all, we got Diablo banned out, but now that you know you're up against an Abathur, they're banning a Nubarak. Okay, they don't want to deal with those engages again that we've seen now from Sir Ice Cream multiple times here. Yeah, instead, double pick. What do you try to play with the Abathur style? What do you try to play on the front tank with the hat? Do we see something a little bit more unorthodox? Lucio, he's kind of nice. And Arthur's. Okay. Alright, boys. We're gonna go an Arthur setup. And Arthur's with Abathur is a pain in the ass. Especially if you go for a copy and you have a double Arthur's all of a sudden with Howling Blasts coming through. And the Frozen Tempest, that can be annoying as hell as well. But Nenopi hasn't even made a choice yet. And he's the one that has been playing Genji and other heroes in the past that could be fantastic with Abathur. Getting a symbiote here and just zipping around with that. That would be great for them. So, off we go. Then Azovsky and Shizakid are getting their last few picks in, and that's a Stukov plus Li Ming lineup for them now. Okay, so Hogga and Zarya are the frontliners for them. Hogga and Zarya are the frontliners, and our last pick, Nenopi. Let's see what we're gonna get from them here. Zeratul, there it is. Abathur and Zeratul, there we go. I told you, either Genji or something along those lines, and we get the Zeratul pick for them. Cursed Hollow, the final map, everybody. It's map number 5, and here comes the big play. Team Ragequit against Team SoundLess. Which team makes it to the grand final of the 4th qualifier? We're gonna find out right now. Game number 5, we're going the full distance, everybody. Team SoundLess against Team Ragequit. It is time to party. Who advances to the grand final and who drops down into the 3rd place decider. On the left side of the map, we got Hydra on Abathur, Farland on Cassia, Nenopi is playing Zeratul in the final map. We got Sir Ice Cream on Arthas, and Shamzik is playing Lucio. On the right side of the map, Danozovsky for Team Ragequit. They're playing with Stukov. We got Warwick on Hogga, Limu on Liming, Shizakid on Zarya, and dead inside is playing Sylvanas. All right, I am ready for this. This is going to be great. Game number 5 is always awesome. In this case, we get Feel the Heat. They're already making a play towards the top. The idea is, of course, to use that 4-man to just be hyper-aggressive with Zarya. Strong 4-mans against Abathar are always good. Abathar is missing that body, that 15 point pool that you want to have in those team fights. So you can support with a symbiote, but that doesn't increase the hit point pool. But they went a little bit too deep. They lose 1, but the counter kill. Oh, and nearly kill 2. As the Ice Cream is also in trouble. He dodges out on the damage and connects the Howling Blast. Good for them. But the attack is still ongoing. Aggression from the get-go. Yeah, Farlander gets attacked. Nenopi comes in, slicing and dicing with the blade, and that is a kill right here. Awesome. Good stuff. Good game, good opening into game number 5. And let's see how this game unfolds. Now, one of the things also I want to highlight here quickly, once again, a big shout out to all of my supporters on Patreon. Thank you very, very much for the support. I mean, you see the names usually displayed during all of the drafts, of course, as well. If you want to support the channel and make sure to keep the Heroes of the Storm coverage alive, if you want to see your name also displayed at the end of the videos and during the draft, then make sure that you check out patreon.com/Khaldor. Always appreciated. Again, all the improvements and the extra tournaments that we're casting right now is thanks to the people supporting us here. And the plan is also to soon start running some special tournaments, our own tournaments, where we're going to use some of the Patreon stuff for prize money so that we can get the teams to play maybe a bit more Meta Madness as well. So if you want to support those efforts too, then make sure that you check the site out, patreon.com/Khaldor. And thanks for everybody that already is doing exactly that. Yeah, we got another kill in against Zarya. That's the second one, and it showcases again how deadly Zeratul can be. Not only is he a total tool when you're going up against him solo, but if he's supported by an Abathar, then that makes matters, of course, even worse. We got now Dominance again on level 4. The Siege Giants are already pressuring very heavily. And honestly, Siege Giants alone is already a problem, but if you're moving in with the entire team, then you can just absolutely crush that. They have a half-level lead now. And we got some stacks coming in, not only for Zeratul, who goes for... Oh yeah, they're flanking around again. And poor Zarya, she's going to be the target once again. Seems like this time they're trying to go for at least Stukov first and foremost. Not really able to get the kill. But they are doing some solid work here. They're taking some structures down, and again, this is all happening in the early game when Abathar is not really a big threat yet, outside of him helping out in team fights. You're still missing that body on the map. So Ice Cream, though, is low, and that's a kill, but they still are able to get a counter kill, and not only that, they're locking in 2. They get 2 easy counter kills. Yeah, the attempt to take at least Lucio down in response, but it's just another kill for the blue team as Li Ming falls. So yeah, some good fights over here, and a lot of aggression is happening. And it is really this rotational play that we're seeing from Zeratul in particular that is making some really... It's really creating some really tricky positions for Team Ragequit to be in. They've been hoping to really... what they're trying to do is what I said earlier. They're trying to really rely on this 4-man with Zarya that gets pressure done at the beginning. But with Zeratul getting that continuous damage in and him helping to get kills for the team together with the support of Abathar, of course, it's now putting Team Ragequit on the back foot already, and this is just at the beginning of the game, so this is not really where you want to be. Hydra nearly getting murdered here. They were trying to follow up on the damage now that they got vision, but that didn't really work for them. So instead we're seeing the mid lane heavily attacked thanks to the camp that they gathered, and this is exactly what they were trying to plan from the get-go. And now it's working a little bit better here, but with the 6 deaths that they already suffered, Team SoundLess is getting into a solid spot because they're now getting closer and closer to level 10, and they already got one of the tributes. And that's really important, that you, with an Abathar team, lock in one of the early tributes for yourself, so that you don't have to face a curse without level 10 abilities in your hands. That's insanely important on this map. And so far it's working out for them. The pressure that Team Ragequit is building up here is enormous, and they are now 5-manning in middle, so they're even putting Hogga into that spot. Crash is really what you can do all the way up at the top. And NOP is jumping back, easy peasy. Farlander also helping out here, and they're getting a kill. Hogga is down, so Ice Cream is providing the slows the entire time for the team, and after level 16, it's of course going to be very helpful that they're going to rely on the Adrenal Overload, very likely. But there's the kill. First we got Stukov down, Cassius eliminated. Mule gets also dropped, but of course this is going to be the end of the fort. and Abathur has taken an aggressive stance at the top to secure some experience. They are level ahead, and that's really half the battle. So this is a bit of a race to level 10. And thanks to the tribute grab earlier, as I said, there's a lot of pressure already taken away from Team SoundLess because they don't know that an early curse is not something they need to be afraid of. Zeratul wants the kill again, and he gets it. Nano P, he is the backbone of the team at this point. With the help of Abathur, he's able to put so much pressure on them. And they got 2 tributes! Guys, the Abathur team got 2 tributes! Now, of course, they are still suffering quite a bit too, as Ragequit is setting up these pushes with camps, but as you can tell, this is a problem. SoundLess with now 9 kills to 4, the early level 10. They go for the boss just so much quicker. If they rotate topside, they should be able to make a play for that boss as well. Farlander down here, he's holding the line with the boss. They're getting it, and now there's the level 10 abilities. So they take the boss, they got their level 10, and it is time to party. Ooh, damage connects. And here we go, the ultimate evolution. Yeah, and they can make a play for the double boss now. So they are crushing. They are absolutely crushing. But then again, once that level 10 kicks in for Team Ragequit, of course, this is going to be a very, very different setup. And that's what both of the teams are looking for. Again, last map. Map number 5 in the Heroes of the Storm series that we are seeing here. So if you're able to win this one, you move on to the grand final. Bottom of the map, the boss defense is there. You can easily take it. Vision, of course, has been granted too. Shockwave for Warwick. And there's the boss claimed. Yeah, they got their ults. And now the top lane is going to be attacked. And Abathur, of course, can still try to get some extra experience with the symbiote. He can position his body a bit more aggressively at the bottom of the map if he wants to. The quest is completed for Zeratul, so he has even more mobility at this point. And so Ice Cream is trying to make sure that nobody can flank in against them, activating the Frozen Tempest upon visual confirmation that heroes are trying to move in there. So the first fort is down, and they're starting to chase, and they're getting a grab on Stukov. Zarya has to respond immediately and does so, but they are hoping for more damage at the top, and look at that, they're going straight in with another Howling Blast. Li Ming hoping for the reset, she can't get it right now. There's the kill against Li Ming, she's dead, and it is a slaughter. It's an absolute slaughter. They get easy 3 kills, and they come in with a 4th. It's a team wipe. They are wiping Team Ragequit off the map. A big fight, a big battle, and now they can make the play for the keep. We're only 8 minutes into the game, but with them wiping the entire opponent's team off the map, they can go for this one without a problem. Big plays from Team SoundLess. 14 kills to 4. The Zeratul setup is working out. Hydra is channeling. This is a curse. They're gonna get the curse here, and oh boy, is Team Ragequit in trouble. They had such a fantastic series, but now they're suffering. They're coming in here for the invade. They want to take this fight. They don't want to give up the camp, but they don't have to. They can steal it away. Good on them. Abathur at the bot lane. I mean, he is far out on this one. Slap it, baby. Slap it. Oh, yeah. Go for it. Slapping it hard in the mid lane. They're still trying to make a play for the next 40 yards. Of course, it's burning in every single lane. Every single lane is in trouble. The bottom fort is already down. Now they're coming in with a play here in the middle. 14 kills to 4, 2 levels ahead. Level 13 talents. They're just looking so good at this point. And Team Ragequit, they need kills. They need kills. They need a team fight. I guess they're waiting for the level 13. Once that they got that talent, they can try and come through. Maybe make something happen. If they get 2-3 kills, get a boss on the back of it, they have a chance. But either way, it's dangerous right now for them. It's a really difficult situation to be in. And of course, there's also the psychological aspect of it too. You're behind by 10 kills in game number 5, and you know that this game isn't going well. If this is game number 1, you probably don't really care all that much, and you play just without pressure. But now there is tons and tons of pressure on them, and it's a question of how they're able to deal with it. Zeratul is taking camps. They're controlling the map incredibly well. The level 13 is ready, so if there was ever a point where they could fight back, it's probably now. Yeah, but Ice Cream maybe moved out a little bit too much. Ooh, yeah, dead inside, he wants the aggression. He comes in with Sylvanas. Zeratul, not so much. He's at the top. They're trying to secure some extra experience so that they can get level 16. So that's another one. So yeah, off we go. Top side. Yeah, and here in the middle, they just take the camps down. But yeah, you play around vision, you have vision on the map, you have Abathar, you got Zeratul, who usually is able to make his way out, especially when you're going into the build that he has. He's incredibly mobile. And they're dodging out on the fights. With half a level until 16, there's just no incentive to go for battle. None whatsoever. And Zeratul is now escorting this in towards the core. I don't really think that's a problem for the red team at all, because it's way too early in the game. Those catapults are not doing enough damage. The siege giants are a bit of a nuisance, but that shouldn't really matter. Yeah, they're trying to set it up, and Sylvanas is committing Sudoku. Honorable Subaru from dead inside. They were trying to set this up properly with a good old on Zarya, but that didn't happen. Zeratul is attacking the core. This might be the end. They're going for Zarya and they get the kill, and Zeratul is already starting to finish this. The copy is helping with extra damage. A double Zeratul. Stukov dies. 56% on the core, suffering a lot here. Now they got the level 16 talent, and as expected, it's the adrenaline boost. So now Arthas is going to have an even better time chasing them down and engaging into the fights. Oh god, that is trouble. They go for the boss again, and what a setup. That double Zeratul on the core, it did way too much damage. They were hoping for the quick kill at the bottom. And honestly, if Sylvanas doesn't die there, if they can maybe get the ult on Zarya connected and the shockwave from Hogger before the targets are on the other side of the range and the setup, they might have been able to get the kills. But as it stands, it's just not enough. It's, yeah. I mean, it was a bit of a desperate move, and you have to take risks if you're in such a bad position this late in the game. Now, top side, they're not even going for the boss. They're more so using that one as a bait, but bot lane, you can already tell that Team SoundLess is, instead of making a move for a double boss play, just saying, guys, let's go for the bottom, take the keep down, and then make the play there. The problem is that the red team has to be here, because if this boss is taken, it's game over. There's no keep left at the top anymore. So, yeah, there's that. Here we go. This one is going to be claimed. Abathar, he can slap it a little bit, but at the bottom of the map, they're of course sacrificing the position, and I guess this is going to be game. Let's be honest, this was more or less a checkmate position in the first place. The keep is down, and now it's going to be a desperate attempt, but just look at that Howling Blast. They're coming in, and they're going down immediately. Yep, there we go. Easy peasy. That's going to be it. It has to be it. It has to be game. With Zarya going down, this just has to be game. Nicely done. Team SoundLess moves on to the grand final, everybody, as they take a 3-2 victory over Team Ragequit in this Heroes of the Storm series. GG, and well done.